with 255 members voting in the affirmative, 26 against, 9 abstention, House Resolution number 989, together with the findings, conclusion, recommendations contained in Committee Report number 261 are hereby adopted.
I like to believe na tinignan talaga nila yung ebidensya tapos sinabi nila that there's probable cause. I like to believe that as much as gusto nating sabihin na political lang yan, but at the end of the day, we need to believe in our system.
Alam nila na hindi sila mananalo sa House. So lahat, they poured all their effort into the Senate and install Alan Peter Cayetano, and he was able to facilitate the takeover.
Siyempre, hindi i-admit ni PBBM na nagbago siya ng stand or something. Di ba? Hindi yan magiging direct. Pero yung galawan, lahat, nakikita nyo na yung shift ng naratibo.
Actually, na-surprise nga ako nang galing yan sa'yo.
Is the government mostly pro-admin right now? Last year, there was an impeachment complaint filed against the vice president. And then, napurnada yung last year. And now, this is the second attempt. And finally, nag-succeed na yung opposition to take it up to the Senate where it fell flat last time. Attorney, what do you think happened this time around? Mukhang smooth sailing na. At least that's what it looks like.
Okay, so basically, ang ginawa kasi last year, there were several na mga parang procedural steps na hindi finalo ng previous House of Representatives. So basically, yun yung nilaban nila sa Supreme Court. And the Supreme Court eventually said na mali nga yung ginawa ng House of Representatives. Now, we can always argue na dapat hindi nakailam sa Supreme Court kasi ang sinabi ng ating konstitusyon that supposedly ang impeachment is a legislative or is the function or under the sole jurisdiction of the House of Representatives and the Senate, no. So yun, but eventually sinunod din naman ng House ang Senate, ang Supreme Court rather. Tapos they stopped the impeachment. Tapos ngayon, after the 1 year na bar, they refiled the impeachment. So yun yung tinatakal nila ngayon.
Okay. So, do you think right now, wala nang magiging problema?
Okay. Well, basically na-transmit na siya. So wala na siya sa House of Representatives. Ang impeachment na sa Senate na. So basically, it's now up to the Senate acting as an impeachment court kung anong gagawin nila. For now, ang magiging problema dito is kung hindi talaga mag-proceed ang Senate with the trial as it is kasi parang may bulong-bulungan daw na ipapa-dismiss daw nila outright eh. Pero right now kasi nag-convene na yung Senate and they are now an impeachment court. No, once they tackle the impeachment complaint again, impeachment court na sila. They're not acting as Senate anymore. So nasimulan yun last Monday. They convened as an impeachment court. Yun nga with the Senate President Alan Peter Cayetano as the presiding officer of the impeachment court.
Yeah, so last time tawag dito, nakapag-convene na rin 'di ba?
Yeah.
Pero it was abandoned so all of a sudden because of the Supreme Court decision, right? Okay. So now that I suppose tuloy na, what can you say about that, Matt?
Okay, as I was saying, I think even in the number of votes that who voted for it, like in the first impeachment complaint, it was only 215 votes in favor to impeach, and now it was moved up to 257. That means dumami bigla ang pro-administration allies that voted for the impeachment, and also humina din yung Duterte allies sa House. That's only 25 people that voted against impeachment. So they prepared. It's a different House. It's also a different Senate. So kumonte din yung pro Duterte congressman, nadagdagan yung mga opposition. Nandiyan na si Congressman Chel Diokno, Laila de Lima, at na-disqualified din yung Duterte youth. So nabigyan ng seats nila sa mga pro party lists as well. So it's a very different game. It's a different House. Now, I think alam nila, yeah, alam nila na hindi sila mananalo sa House. So lahat, they poured all their effort into the Senate, wherein I think they're more stronger. They have a 11 senator majority block. kung kailan nagpakita bigla si Senator Bato para bumoto after absent for half. So he was enough to vote out Tito Sen, and install Alan Peter Cayetano, and he was able to facilitate the takeover. And after that, they were able to assign all the committees to these pro-Duterte politicians. I think it was siguro si Mark Villar had the agricultural committee. Senator Robin Hood got basic education, which was given to Lauren, but just very funny because they're the most like the corrupt version of these. They should not be holding these things. Yung urban development napunta kay Camille Villar.
Wow.
It's
Oh.
yeah. So,
Even environment, di ba? Mm-mm.
yes. So these are like the rewards for voting to protect Bato and protect Sara at this point. So they're setting the field. They're setting up the battle lines. At the same time, the minority bloc are also forming themselves. They're actually 9. Dati nag-abstain sila JV Ejercito and Mig Zubiri. They're considered more neutral. They moved to the minority bloc. So they're starting to, let's say, form ranks. And I think this is the most tight or the most even that the bloc has usually been. Usually it's around like 14 and then 5 tapos yung ilan yung mga independent. Ngayon, 11, tama ba? 11, 13, 11,
11, 12.
13, 11.
13, 11. Okay, 13, 11. That's very close. Closest it's ever been. So we can assume that those that will vote to impeach, that's the minority bloc. And then 13 is the ones, the pro-Duterte bloc. So yeah, that's what we're seeing right now. And so far, that this happened on Monday. After that, biglang bumagal. But they're all wearing their robes so far. So we're still waiting for the next stage. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, hindi ko naisip yung last time kasi last year it was election season, right? So there were people were worried about the Senate. Yun ang usapan. I didn't notice na the Congress also changed a lot na yung composition. Yung pala kasi I was about to ask bakit dumami bigla yung mga yung mga bumoto in favor of the impeachment. Yun nga, nag-iba pala, nawala yung ibang so is the government mostly pro admin? Ganun ba ang right now or the composition?
Actually, kung ako tatanungin, most of the time, naman, parang yung mga politicians, they are considered na any moment, pagka nagkaroon ng change of, ng power, dun sila di ba? Yun yung
oo nga,
pupuntahan nila.
It's called the
Pero
bandwagon
just-
effect.
yeah,
Yeah,
yung
presidential bandwagon.
Just add lang din dun sa mga, nung last year, iba pa kasi yung naratibo rin ni PBBM. Di ba?
Anong narrative?
Impeachment. Ang sabi ni PBBM, hindi man direct, pero sinasabi niyang hindi yan natin kailangan unahin. It's a storm in a teacup. Yun yung
Yeah.
Parang he was playing safe na parang ayaw niya makigulo sa impeachment. He doesn't want to influence it. Parang
correct. Kaya yun din yung yung parang, di ba ginamit pa yan ng INC. Kung yung term na, di ba nagrally sila para in support daw dun sa statement ni PBBM na hindi yan dapat unahin or hindi dapat i-prioritize yung impeachment. Kaya yun din, siguro isa rin sa naging factor yung kung bakit hindi natuloy.
Oo nga So pero right now hindi ko rin naman masyadong I don't hear much from PBBM still. But are you saying that he is more tawag dito participant dito sa impeachment ngayon this time?
Hindi naman siguro, pero of course hindi yan sasabihin na direct. Siyempre ang gusto ko represent. I'm just trying to be kahit loyalista tayo. Pero siyempre hindi i-admit ni PBBM na nagbago siya ng stand or something. 'Di ba? Hindi yan magiging direct na hindi. Ngayon yun na natin. Pero yung galawan lahat or yung true call ng PCO, nakikita niyo na yung shift nung naratibo parang doon na papunta. I mean, kung hindi man nandun na, alam mo na yung way na parang pabor na talaga sa impeachment. Parang ganun.
actually, na-surprise nga ako nang galing yan sa'yo. What
What can you say about that?
Si PBBM Well, ako kasi as a lawyer, I'd like to believe na may presumption, may regularity na nangyari. So there's always the presumption of regularity. Ibig sabihin, I'd like to believe na yung mga congressmen, they really looked at evidence in order for them to vote na dapat talagang impeach si Sara. That's number one. No? Kasi if you're going to look at the composition of those who voted yes, merong mga DDS dun na parang attached to the Duterte camp but still voted yes. You have Toby Chanco. I don't know with Congressman Elisan Fernando, but label siya as DDS, but then again, he voted yes. So parang I'd like to believe na itong mga additional na mga congressmen na to, I'd like to believe na tinignan talaga nilang ebidensya. They really looked at the whatever documents that they had. Tapos sinabi nila that there's probable cause to impeach VP Sara for as the vice president. Parang ganoon naman. I'd like to believe that kasi nga parang ano pa rin, as much as gusto nating sabihin na pinolitika lang yan, but at the end of the day, there's always a presumption kasi of regularity. We need to believe in our system, our process.
Pero si Elisan Fernando, talking of Elisan Fernando, parang nakita ko siya, di ba bumoto nga siya? Yun din yung very surprising. Pero nung lately, yung mga pinagsasabi niya iba contradict na din. Kasi ba't kailangan pa unahin yung impeachment? Pero bumoto siya. Tapos yun yung mga sinasabi niya. Si Toby Chanco, at least nung pagkaboto niya, parang gusto niya lang din sabihin na gusto niya makita kung naipagtanggol di Sara. Parang ganun yung position naman ni Toby Chanco. So, si Elisan Fernando, sa tingin ko, I think, meron talagang pinangangalagaan niya lang siguro yung political capital niya. Parang feeling ko lang siguro parang ganun. Kaya yun yung position na ginawa niyang boto.
Well, I think I want to add also that that we're thinking about practical things. No? We like to think that the three branches of government are co-equal, but in reality, the president has all the power of the purse. Yung mga pondo, dati pork barrel, so ginagamit nila minsan yung mga pork barrel para sabihin nila na, pumoto ka ng ganito, ganitong bill, ganito. Sa ngayon, iba yung tawag ng pork barrel, pero parang yun, hawak din niya yung mga pondo ng mga congressmen. So and also, hawak pa rin ng administration, the House Speaker is still in the same faction. So they can still control whose bills get passed into law or not. So that's a political consideration. They need to vote in a certain way just to stay alive. If not, they can be deprived of funding, which happens a lot. So that's another consideration. Yeah.